Tractor Supply needs to get a better ESG score. And part of getting that better ESG score is doing things like they have been doing that they're being called out on right now. But why? Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been hearing a lot about this Tractor Supply thing that's going on. And I got this from Doug and Stacy's YouTube channel. He put up a couple of videos about it. And on his second video, he had Ted Nugent and his wife talking about what's going on in and around the area that they live with these big companies sponsoring drag shows or drag queen shows for children.
Fat men dressed up like prostitutes, twerking little boys and girls and teaching them that being a drag queen is aspirational. These are horrible times. Tractor Supply supported a drag queen perverted child sexualization event. We don't go to Tractor Supply anymore. What's wrong with you people?
But let me tell you one thing. They are not the only companies sponsoring that. Tractor Supply is not the only one sponsoring this. I just want to show you something really quick. That way you can see how big of a deal this is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me go ahead and say before I even continue that I am the type of live and let live and let your dollars do the talking. If you don't want to support companies that do this, then just don't do business with them, ladies and gentlemen. I understand that it could be difficult for some people depending on where you live and what you have access to as far as being able to purchase those things that you need just in order to run a business or just to live your everyday lives. But you make up your own mind and you make your own choices depending on your own values. I'm not here to trample on your values or anyone's values. I'm just here to tell you the why. The why is the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen. So once I show you this list of other businesses that are doing this, we're going to get into the why are they doing it, and especially why, in my opinion, let me put this out there because we are on the internet. In my opinion, why Tractor Supply is going down this road. Now check this out. Texas grocery store tycoon sponsors drag queen show for kids. Again, I'm not giving you my opinion, YouTube, all right? I'm just showing this. I'm just showing this and reporting on this. But take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all of the events that are scheduled for this type of an event. Slay All Day Drag Show, all right? This is all in Texas, Houston, Texas, December 3rd. Another one, December 4th in Fort Worth, Texas. Another one, December 3rd. Fort Worth, Texas, and it goes on and on and on and on. In my opinion, of course, this is an attack on our children, especially for those parents that don't know that their children are going to be seeing this. Like, let's say, for example, that you're going to whatever venue you're going to, right? Because you're going to go shopping there, and then this is exposed to your children out in plain sight. Now let's take a look at why it is that I believe Tractor Supply and a lot of these big businesses are doing this. And it's something that we've talked about before. So if you've been here for a while, you probably won't be surprised. So now that we are back at Tractor Supply's website, we're going to go to, oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. ESG, Environmental Social Governance. Have we talked about that before? And look at one of the things that there is in ESG, diversity and inclusion. Let's take a quick look at what Tractor Supply's ESG score is. And I will be leaving the link to all of these sites so that you can revisit them if you like. But if you come to this page, it says Tractor Supply ESG rating and sustainability data. And if we go down here, you can see they don't have a very good rating. But let's go ahead and take a look at what it is that they're supposed to be doing in order to get their rating up. And it's pretty standard that these lumber companies, you know, companies like hardware and lumber and stuff, they don't have very good ratings. Why? Because they deal with a lot of wood and things like that that are taken from the environment, resources that are taken from the environment. But take a look at this. It says, this is the one that I wanted to show you, the equality and human rights. This is one of the things that they can improve on or continue to do if they're already doing well at, in order to make their overlords happy at the UN. Now take a look at this. Equality and human rights. Negative impacts. Decreasing racial, economic, or gender equality. That's the negative impact. That means that they have to do the opposite of this. They have to increase their racial, economic, or gender equality, or violating human rights. This can occur either directly through the company's core products and services, indirectly through its suppliers, operations, or when its products and services are used by the customers, right? So this, ladies and gentlemen, is why Tractor Supply is doing this. This is why there's all this ruckus. And you have to ask yourselves when you see these things, okay, they're doing this. People get angry. Oh, they shouldn't be doing this, and this, and that. And that's fine. Human reaction is anger when you see things like this. And I would have to concur that I myself would not feel very good if I went down to my local Home Depot and saw a show like that going on, me walking down the aisles with my children, right? If I had little children, right? So this is why they're doing this. It's because they are cowering down to the UN via the ESG mandates that are being pushed down by the UN and supported by our government and supported by our financial institutions. Tractor Supply needs to get a better ESG score. And part of getting that better ESG score is doing things like they have been doing that they're being called out on right now. But why? Why cower down to an entity that is outside the United States borders, that is not elected, has not been elected? Why cower down to them? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you right now, 2 reasons. 1, because the banks are ESG. And if Tractor Supply cannot get credit from banks, then they're going to go out of business. Why? Because we live in a credit-based economy. Pretty much all big businesses, especially big businesses, they live on credit. They exist on credit. And if big banks stop loaning them money so that they can continue to operate, they'll go out of business. So they are cowering down because they need the credit. Number 2, because they see what's coming. They see that the administration under which we are currently governed is going with ESG and is itself cowering down to the United Nations in order to achieve this net zero by 2050. This is the plan, ladies and gentlemen. They will take businesses down little by little. First, it's going to start with businesses that are publicly traded businesses, and then it's going to start filtering down all the way down to the personal level. And that is why I say prepare, because sooner or later, this will come to a city near you.
Nutrient survival isn't just survival food. It's special ops grade. Built to the nutritional standards of the U.S. Special Ops and packed with 40 essential nutrients. Formulated to sustain energy, sharpen focus, and keep you and your family thriving during any emergency. Real food, real ingredients.